Before we begin, I've got a few different adjustments to make. The first one being to do with The Dark Knight. A few people have said it was a little bit underrated. I'm not too sure, to be honest. I will move it up a little bit to just above Schindler's List, but personally I don't think it's above Lily's Theme. I'll also be swapping Harry Potter with Flight of the Silverbird in SS Plus tier. Jewel of Fate will also be returning to the Divine tier. So as always, if you think I've done something wrong, let me know in the comments. But yeah, without further ado, let's get on to the first cover. We have Now We Are Free from The Gladiator. Some tricky left-hand arpeggios, the main theme coming in at around 1 minute. That's not too bad, and the ending is very, very easy, but I do think that little tricky section in the middle puts it up a few places, so we'll put it just above Interstellar in medium tier. The next cover we have is My Name is Lincoln. At about 1 minute 48, you have that typical arpeggiated motion in the right hand with the embedded melody. That's always pretty tricky. You also have the left hand intertwining with the right hand to form that arpeggiated motion, but that requires a fair bit of hand independence and coordination. It is a very hard section, so I think I'd definitely be putting it in hard tier, and I'll put it just above Jurassic Park in hard tier. The next cover we have is Toss a Coin to Your Witcher. In my opinion, the hardest section is around 1 minute 11. The left hand is spanning a tenth while you're playing arpeggiated motion in the right hand, and that goes into left hand jumps while still maintaining that melody in the right hand. And this goes on for quite a long time as well. It's pretty relentless. I think we'll put it just behind Star Sky, although I think Star Sky and Toss a Coin are pretty close. The next piece we have is Avatar, The Last Airbender. Some tricky syncopation at about 1 minute 10 seconds in. It can be quite difficult to bring out the melody, especially with all those rhythms going on. It is really repetitive too, so I think once you learn some of the sections, they are often repeated later on, which obviously makes it a little bit easier. I love the second section just after the 2 minute mark. A little bit of hand crossing, a few arpeggios, but it's not too bad. I'll put it just behind Lily's Theme in medium tier. The next cover we have is from Two Steps from Hell. It's called Heart of Courage. This piece is such a heavy chordal melody. I think if you are decent at octaves, you'll find this one pretty manageable. He's done a great job in this arrangement, especially when it's so repetitive. It is effectively just the same melody, repeated in different ways. It's a couple arpeggios at about 2 minutes 10 seconds in, nothing too crazy. I think I'll put it in medium tier, just above The Last Airbender. The next piece we have is Requiem for a Dream. Once again, I think the difficulty of this piece depends on how good you are at octaves. There are a lot of consecutive fast octaves in this piece. It is a little bit repetitive, so that's on your side. You have some pretty insane left-hand jumps which go over the right hand, which plays an ostinato at about 3 minutes, seconds in. I think we'll put it above Heart of Courage. I do think this one could easily be seen in hard tier, or even God. It's a really hard one to rank. The next piece we have is a classic, the Avengers main theme. is a super short cover, it's only 2 minutes, but I think it's quite similar to Oppenheimer in the fact that it's only 2 minutes, but it's an extremely difficult 2 minutes. You have a very chordal beginning, which outlines the harmony, and it goes into that typical embedded melody feature that we always see. It starts sort of ramping up at about 52 seconds in, where you have those massive arpeggios and left-hand jumps. I think it's pretty similar to Jurassic Park, but I will be putting it just above Lincoln. The next piece we have is James Bond, the main theme. Such an iconic melody. At about 1 minute 16, there are some crazy massive octaves. They're always difficult. I think it just gets harder the longer the piece goes on. Furthermore, at about 2 minutes 40, you've got some crazy left-hand jumps which go over the right hand. I could definitely see this one in God tier. I think for now we're going to put it just behind Victory, although I can see that one moving up in the future. The next piece we have is from Black Panther. I also see this one being God tier. I think it might just edge Overwatch. I'm not sure though. It's fairly complex, it's pretty fast, a lot of octaves as well. It's pretty similar to Duel of the Fates. It's got that very fast octave style. Yeah, we'll put it just behind James Bond for now. I think that's a fair placement. The last piece we'll be looking at is Star Wars Across the Stars. Pretty slow tempo. You've got a little bit of arpeggiated motion in the left hand. Not too bad though. You've got some pretty difficult contrary motion at about 2 minutes in. So that'll definitely put it up a little bit. And like Toss a Coin to Your Witcher, it's pretty relentless with the semiquavers, especially towards the end. So because of that, I'll put it in the middle of medium tier, just above One Day from Pirates of the Caribbean 3. This concludes part 5. I'll put the Excel document with the updated covers on it now, so pause the screen if you want to see that properly. If you want a part 6, then let me know. I will need to find a better way of displaying all of these covers, as I've already run out of space in medium tier. This has been part 5, and thanks for watching.